Growing up as an American, you believe that it's the freest country in the whole world. There are things you can do there that you can't do anywhere else. So to my surprise, I found this video. Things you can't do in America, but are okay in the UK. And this is by Simple Scottish Living. Zach and Annie, link will be down below so you can head on over and support their channel. I said to my surprise, it's not really to my surprise because I live here in Europe and I know that America is not the freest country in the world. People think they are, but they're not. So we're going to take a look at this video today. I'm curious to know what these things are. Before we get going here, go ahead and like the video. Let's see what we can see.
Hello everyone! We're having to do this video from inside today because there's something going on outside. It's smoky, it's just miserable. So,
oh no.
And the nights are fair drawing in. It's getting dark out there.
So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the things that you can do in the UK, which are a big no-go in the US.
Okay.
Yes, and for those of you who are new here, my name is Zach. This is Annie. About a year and a
What's up, Zach and Annie?
half ago, we moved our family from California to Scotland. And many of the things that we are going to discuss today, we have personal experience with.
Yes.
Well, that is really interesting because I would say that people think California is one of the more liberal states in the United States. So, but it's the United States. It doesn't matter where you live. There are things that you can't do. So anyway, let's keep going.
So let's get started by talking about some money and taxes.
So have you ever wanted to play the lottery?
This is not one we have personal experience of.
No, we have played the lottery. We just have never been lucky enough to win. So in the UK, if you are a resident here and you're playing, you keep your full lottery winnings.
What?
This is mind-boggling to me as an American.
Yeah, it was mind-boggling to me when I went over there and you see the numbers. Like one of the jackpots got close to like $1 billion or
I
something.
know.
Wait a minute. You keep all the money? Holy crap. I mean, in the United States, I mean, you're paying taxes right off the rip. So especially if you're in like California, you're probably gonna be paying 40-50% taxes. I don't know. I haven't really won the lottery. Therefore, I don't really know what the percentage is. But you keep all of it? Then what? Then who benefits? See, here goes my American mind thinking. Who benefits from playing? That's one of the reasons that people put on lotteries in the United States, because it's like a huge money generator. And I think the same thing here in Spain. They have, it's like Once, I think is the name of it. I think it kind of started as a fundraiser or something like that. But in the UK, you keep all of it?
Crazy. And in the States, you're losing between 40 and 50% of that.
Yeah.
Like gone.
Right off the
Taxes.
bat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Whereas, like Annie said, in the UK, if the jackpot is 10 million, you get 10 million in your bank account. And it's
What?
that's yours to keep.
All right, what's the next one?
Next one is if you are a UK resident working in America, you do not need to pay UK taxes on your income.
Oh,
Working out anywhere in the world, not just America.
Yes. Not the case if you are an American working anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
You
I would raise my hand right here because this is not the case like they said. I'm paying a shitload of taxes. We pay taxes in the United States and here in Spain. Spain's taxes are super high. I mean, we probably pay 40-50% taxes. So, yeah, it's crazy.
have to pay taxes to the country you're working in as well as America.
Yes, if
Yep.
you make over a certain threshold, there are differences between if you're working in the UK, generally the tax is higher, so you might not have to pay, you might not be double taxed by the US, but yeah, there's some gray area there and you might actually be taxed quite.
The US is only one of 2 countries in the world that does this. The other is a small African country.
Wow.
But yes, when I was working in the States for a UK company, I actually got a tax rebate for the taxes I shouldn't have been paying to the UK. So that was all done for me. So that was nice.
Talking about things being done for you.
Oh yes, taxes. Still on taxes. The UK, if you are just a sort of regular employee with a business or a company, nothing special or fancy, just 9-to-5 job, all your taxes are done for you.
Yes, there is no such thing as turbo taxing over here. Whereas in the United States, you have to file your own taxes, and then I feel like they're just waiting for you to make a mistake so that they can come for you.
Wait. So you have your taxes done for you? Like it's tax season and voila. Taxes are done. You don't have to file anything, pay any extra money for an accountant, any of that stuff. Man, that's not how it is in the United States. You have to either do your taxes yourself, and there's a lot of people who use taxes the wrong way. They use it almost as a savings account and get a huge check during tax season. Yeah, I know. It's a mess, but you don't have to. Wow, man, these first three are just, I did not know these things. Maybe that's why I'm watching the video. Imagine that.
Even if you just have one job, like no special circumstances, you are still responsible for filing those taxes. Whether you do that yourself with the online tools they have, or you hire an accountant to do that for you. Like Annie said, someone made a joke about this. It's like the IRS know how much you owe, but they won't tell you. If you get it wrong, they'll let you know that you're wrong. It's like, just tell me. Just tell me.
That's true. That's true. They know how much you owe. They know how much you're supposed to owe. And if you don't do it, man, trouble.
Already.
Just do it for me.
We could do a whole video about that, but we won't. But over here, it's just, for most people, it's just not even a thought.
The last one, which we've harped on before, but in the UK, what you see on a price tag when you're out buying pretty much anything is the price you pay.
Yeah.
Whereas in the US,
that's good.
Depending on the state you're in, you're going to pay anywhere between 7 to 11% additional tax on pretty much everything.
And despite Annie's claim to be a genius at mental maths, it's not the same. It just, I don't know how a little kid doesn't like, I have £5, what can I buy? Anything that's $3.47 or below, you little boy. No fun.
But
Well, and that is true. Here in Spain, it's so great. It's one of the many bazillion awesome things about living in Spain, and assuming Europe. A lot of other countries probably have these same things, but I think it's great. Like if I buy 2 water bottles for 69 cents each, or then I know that it's gonna be, what's that, 138. Like I know that's how much it's gonna cost. I don't have to be like, okay, hold on, 8.25%. That's what it used to be in California. I don't even know now. Yeah, or keep track of what my grocery bill is going to look like as I'm going through the store, trying to add the tax and coming up with the right amount. I never knew the right amount. I would just be like, it's probably going to be, if it's $50, it's probably going to be another $4 or $5. You just don't know. Oh God. Okay, here we go.
move on from taxes to driving.
Oh. Okay, talking about driving, this first one is something that got me told off by Annie.
Uh-oh.
In the UK, you can park on either side of the street facing either direction. Whereas in the US, you can only park on the side of the street facing with the flow of traffic.
Nope, that's a ticket right there. What? You can park anywhere and go in any direction on any side of the street, as long as the spot's open. I'm trying to think if it's like that in Spain. I feel like I see people mostly parking in the same direction as traffic, but I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I don't have my license yet.
Okay, so we were trying to find a parking spot on a little 2-lane road somewhere, and I saw one on the other side of the road. I was like, oh, there's one. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm like,
what are you doing, crazy?
It's like, don't worry, I can parallel park. She's like, not the point. You can't park facing that direction. And right enough, all the other cars were facing that way. And I mean, I guess it makes sense safety-wise, but even in the UK driving test, you're required to cross over the traffic, stop on the other side of the road facing traffic, and
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
God.
Another one with
I'd be
driving
freaking out.
is that you can drive for almost the whole day and never see a policeman patrolling in his cop car on the highways. That is just something that's totally different from the US.
Yes, I can definitely speak to that one. As a former California Highway Patrol officer, we were out and about in force and trying to be as highly visible as possible. And pretty much every state has their own highway patrol.
Oh, cool. Hollister Gilroy. That's where my son was born. We used to live there.
Possible. And pretty much every state.
We used to live in Gilroy, garlic capital of the world. And he is right. Well, he's a former highway patrol officer, so he would know. But they're everywhere, man. And on the highway, well, I mean, I guess the idea is to go to speed limit. So I totally get that. But they are everywhere, hiding spots, everything.
Has their own highway patrol who's designated just to work on the highways, obviously. But here in the UK, you do have specific traffic police officers. But like Annie said, you see one every once in a while, every few days if you're lucky.
They rely a lot more on traffic cameras to get speeders. And other than that, they're just nowhere to be found.
Whereas we would gang up and work as a team to get speeders and chase after them. And
like raptors.
It was fun for us, but all in the name of safety. All right, this last one is one that Annie has taken full advantage of. And that is that passengers in the UK can consume alcoholic beverages.
What?
That's why she's been delaying getting her driver's license so long.
Why? I want to be drinking in the car. No, that's just not allowed in the US. You cannot have an open container of alcohol in the car if at all, or just when driving.
It cannot be within the driver's reach. It can be like in the boot or the trunk. But essentially if there's any open container in the car, that is a violation in the US.
And one he will get you.
One I have written, not one that Annie has partaken in. There's not really a huge need, but just a very interesting one nonetheless.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Lisa or myself would need to take advantage of that, but it's good to know that it's there.
All right, since we're on the topic of violations and laws, let's talk a little about the laws. The first one is regarding jaywalking. This is something I knew of in the States, but didn't really know anything about it. And it was essentially brought in not initially for safety, but in order to facilitate the dominance of the emerging
automobile industry.
That's the one I was looking for in the States.
Oh, okay.
And so basically in the States, you have to walk or cross the road at designated crossing points. You can't just cross wherever you please. Whereas in the UK, you can, as long as you do it safely.
Yes.
And the term jaywalking, Annie?
Yes, it comes from the term jay, meaning sort of like country bumpkin, unsophisticated.
It was brought in to show that you didn't know.
Wait, hold on. She didn't finish reading here. Derogatory Midwestern slang for a person from the country who was ignorant of city ways. Damn, I guess I didn't know that. I didn't know where jaywalking came from. That's messed up.
Unsophisticated.
It was brought in to show that you didn't know the rules of the sophisticated city. Like you're from the country.
It was a poke to show that they were ignorant.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to be associated with being a jay or a jaywalker. And they ran this entire campaign, which we can put some of the visuals up on screen now, where it's just making you look like a fool. Like anyone who's a jaywalker is an absolute fool. And then they did it around safety, playing it off as, oh, this is for safety. But I mean, who doesn't know how to cross a road, really?
That wasn't actually the initial intent, which is very interesting, I thought. So
I did too.
You. What's next?
Well, I know here in Spain, I don't think it's illegal to jaywalk because no police officer has said anything to us. But you do it at your own risk, because I feel like if you go through the crosswalk, the cars will stop. I mean, I would say like 95% of the time that has happened. And I mean, maybe I can count maybe 5 to 10 times where like it's pretty close. Like you're walking up to the crosswalk and they really don't have time to stop. So they'll keep going. But usually they'll stop. But if you walk outside of that crosswalk, they're honking their horns. I mean, we've had people honk their horns at us, let their windows down and yell at us in Spanish. And like, they do not like when you don't go through the crosswalk. So I don't know if jaywalking is illegal, but it's definitely like a social issue. So definitely don't recommend that. And okay, isn't it interesting that a country that thinks they're free has all these things like jaywalking that he's talking about?
The next one is becoming prime minister over here is easier than becoming the president in the United States for one specific reason. Do you remember what that is?
Yes. Introducing Prime Minister Annie. No, in the U.S., you have to be a born U.S. citizen. If you remember back to when Obama was becoming president, there was a whole controversy around that. But in the U.K., you just have to be a citizen, not a naturally born citizen. So as soon as Annie gets that citizenship,
I'm going for it.
To the top.
That's cool. So you just have to be a citizen. That's awesome. I think that, to me, that kind of values the citizenship more than becoming a citizen in the United States. Sounds like you get full rights, not some.
Can't wait.
The next one, this is one we've talked about a bit in other videos, but it's the right to roam. It's slightly different in both Scotland and England, but essentially you have the ability to walk and go wherever you wish as long as you're respectful of the land you're walking on. And it's more free in Scotland than in England, but compared to the US, they're both much freer, and there's less chance that you're going to get chased off somebody's land with some yelling.
Oh, wow.
With a weapon of sorts.
What? So, like, you can literally walk on anyone's property? Man, okay. In the United States, in Texas, we lived in Austin, Texas, which is probably the most liberal state in Texas. We lived there for almost 6 years. But if you go about 5 miles outside of Austin, and you can go down a road, like a country road, and the fence posts, if they're painted purple at the top, that means you better stay the hell off, because you will get shot if you go into their property. So you just knew, like, don't accidentally go on somebody's property or anything like that, because you'll get shot. So, but what they're saying is you could just go and walk anywhere. What? Wow.
Yes. So it's incredible here to be able to just go out, open someone's fence, walk through land, what looks like a footpath, and even camp on people's land. As long as you.
What? This is unbelievable. Wait, provided you follow the guidelines in the Scottish Outdoor Access Code, including keeping the small numbers, being lightweight, leaving no trace, okay, and avoiding areas like enclosed fields, farms, and buildings. Okay, enclosed fields, farms, and buildings. Well, she just said you walk through a gate, so maybe she's thinking of something different. But it don't matter. That's unbelievable. Amazing.
You don't stay there more than, I think, 2 nights, and leave the land as you found it. That's key in all of this.
Yeah.
But just so different. You cannot do that in the States. Do not try to do this in the States.
They would just assume you're an intruder. And they would either confront you or call the police.
Yes.
Like if you were just walking on someone's
And you would get arrested in the States.
Yeah, for trespassing. Yeah.
So another one in the law section is that in the UK, you only have to be 18 to drink out in the open, out in public.
I knew that.
And legally.
But no, behind closed doors, the age is much younger. What's funny is in the UK, I think you can drink as early as 5 behind closed doors, like in a home.
What?
But no one can technically buy alcohol for a child.
So they just have to find it by themselves. I may have left it over there, but I'm not telling you.
It's funny how they have those little loopholes. And then in the U.S., you have to be 21. There's no drinking behind closed doors legally at any age before 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to be 21 to drink, but you only have to be 16 to drive, 15 and a half to get a permit so you can drive with somebody else, another licensed individual in the car, but 16 to drive, which is just ridiculous. Insurance is outrageous for a 16-year-old male, which you can understand. In fact, I remember my mother we had to turn my license in. It was like one of the most like devastating and humiliating days of my life because you worked so hard to get the driver's license, but we couldn't afford the insurance. And the insurance company wanted proof that we submitted my license or surrendered my license. So I remember going to the DMV, turning in my license. It was horrible. But anyway, that was because, I mean, hello, you're 16 years old. You shouldn't be driving. It's too risky. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's not good with it. But anyway, what's the driving age in the UK and everywhere else? I wonder, is it 16 or is it 18? I don't know that answer.
This is a funny one because it becomes, in the US, it becomes this like huge thing.
Yeah.
Because you're passing that sort of college age and it just becomes this big thing you're aiming for. Whereas feel in the UK, because it's so much younger, I don't know, it's just not built up to be such a thing. But yeah, we could do a whole video on that as well. But
I think so many people have done that and gone into just how insane it is that someone can fight in a war and
get married, but can't have a drink at their wedding.
Right.
Yes, just completely insane to me.
That, okay, I lived in Las Vegas. And in Las Vegas, I mean, obviously, like if you were under 21 or appeared to be under 21, like you couldn't even walk through a casino. You couldn't be anywhere near a bar, anything. So it was a little bit of a culture shock when we came out here, and it's like bars with playgrounds. So like the kids are there, it's a lot different.
Next up is holidays. In the UK, you are entitled to 28 days of paid holiday, whereas in the US,
28 days?
There's absolutely no
28 days. I mean, I knew you were entitled to days. 28 days? That's like 5.5 weeks. Damn.
Legal requirement in the US, which again, I'm sure many people have spoken about and there'll be lots of comments about, but yeah, in the UK, the sort of whole work-life balance, holiday time is just more of part of your package, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this also plays into the maternity, paternity leaves. You are legally allowed to take up to a full year off as a mother, and you can split that with your husband as well, or your partner. So you can share that time between the two of you. It's not paid the whole time at the full rate, but it is subsidized compared to in the US, they only have to hold your job for 12 weeks, which is crazy. Yeah. And they don't have to pay you that whole time either. And this all depends on.
Did you hear that? I'm sure you did. But they only have to hold your job for 12 weeks. What in the actual hell? 12 weeks. So if you're a mother, especially like a single mother or something, I mean, the baby's 3 months old. You got to go back to work. Man.
On if your job even falls under the FMLA legislation. So
Family
whether or not
Medical
you're a
Leave
full-time
Act.
employee, that all plays into it too. So yeah, if you're just part-time.
Wait, what does it say? A private employer with 50 or more employees and public agencies and local educational agencies are covered. Eligible employees have worked for their employer for at least 12 months and have at least 1,250 hours of service during the 12 months before their leave is to begin. Okay. Eligibility to be covered by the FMLA, both the employee and the employer must meet specific criteria.
Working at a small company, probably don't get anything.
Next up, we're going to the court of law.
Yes. So this one's pretty interesting. In the UK, to be convicted of a crime, one of the big ones that requires a jury, you do not have to have a unanimous vote to convict someone. It can just be 10-2. Whereas in the US, when you have that big
major crime,
it has to be a unanimous vote. So yeah, a little piece.
I didn't know that. That's interesting to me too.
Yeah, I did jury duty once. It was a murder trial, and we were hung jury because I think it was just one person didn't think the person was guilty or had reasonable doubt. So I don't know. I don't know if they retried on something else. I don't know, but I just remember that.
So make sure you pick your jury well, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, big topic time, healthcare. Oh my goodness, I can already see
God,
the
here we go.
In the UK, healthcare is effectively free. Yes, it's paid for through your taxes, but when you go into a hospital or doctor, there's no exchange at point of service, which is different from the US. You will receive a bill if you go to the hospital. You will receive a bill if you go to the doctor. Yep. You will receive a bill if you get transported anywhere by any sort of medical anything. Yep. So
yeah.
And those numbers are big.
Yeah. A lot of times, most people do have health insurance in the US, and depending, it's typically linked to your job. You can pay separately, not linked to your job, but you usually get the best through an employer, and that'll cover a large majority of those bills. But a lot of times you have to hit your deductible. So you're paying out of pocket up to $5,000 per year on medical expenses. Just when you go into the doctor's office, it'll be a $20 copay. And then that goes towards your deductible. And then if anything huge happens after that $5,000, it can be completely free at that point. But it all just depends on your plan. It's not the same for everyone.
And what a lot of people do is they'll have a super high deductible so that they don't have such a high amount coming out of their check every pay period. Because if you have a lower deductible, which a lot of people may have, then they're going to have a higher monthly amount coming out. So like maybe $200 or $300 because your deductible is only say $2,000 or $1,500. But if you only want $50 or $60 or $100 coming out of your check, then you do the $5,000 deductible, which sucks because if you go in there for regular stuff, that even your medicines, everything, it goes under that deductible. So you got to make it to $5,000 before you don't have to pay anymore. So, and paying doesn't always guarantee that you're not going to have to pay, because I've told this story before on this channel that I was paying over $1,000 a month for myself and Lisa to have insurance out of my paycheck. And I had a procedure that was done for my heart. And according to the doctor, I was getting the one that was the more I was two options. Option one, he was kind of you can do this and you may not really know if you have a blockage or something. Or you can do this, and there's a 90% chance you're gonna. So of course I did this one, and it was deemed not a necessary procedure by the insurance company. So even though I was paying $1,000, they charged me over $20,000. I got a bill over $20,000 by a procedure that I thought was necessary to keep my peace of mind from freaking out. So yeah, that's horrible. It's horrible.
It's not equal for everyone.
And it's not the same if you go to one doctor versus another doctor, in network, out of network.
Depends on how they code things.
You need to know what you have, where you're going, this, that, and the other. But like Annie said, just taking the kids in to get a checkup or something, it is okay, just how are you going to pay your deductible? And it's $20 before anything happens.
Right. You'll get the bill and it'll show that appointment was $445 in total. You paid that £20 or $20 deductible. It's crazy to see the actual numbers that they bill for, though. I can't even wrap my head around some of the ones, like the maternity stays, holding your baby, having the doctor.
Yeah, that's actually a big one. Having a baby, for us in the States, we had really good health insurance. and it still probably cost us like between $2,000 and $5,000 for each child. Whereas the UK, you walk in, have your baby walk out happy, and $399.
What?
And like Annie said,
That's
the actual
crazy.
number that their hospital is trying to charge could be $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, but your insurance knocks it down and then covers it, and you pay whatever's left.
And if your child needs more intensive services, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars as what they're billing.
It's not going to take much for you to see the horror stories online where there's bills for millions of dollars. And
people know, but that's where people do go broke. Whereas if their insurance doesn't cover certain things, they think it might, and then it doesn't.
Or it used to and it doesn't anymore.
Yes, or someone doesn't have insurance, then that's worst case scenario. So I don't envy that position, but it's awful when you think about it in that regard. The next thing is you don't have to worry about calling an ambulance in the UK. That once again is free technically, but in the US, I had an ambulance call
we both had an ambulance ride, and they were both very short. Thankfully we were okay. But you both of ours were probably less than 2 miles.
Yes.
$5,000 each.
Oh my God. $5,000 each. Listen, I know it costs a lot to ride in an ambulance because we used to sell insurance that was just for that. And usually on your insurance plan, that is the one thing that's not covered. That's why we had a separate policy that we sold for that. But man, that's crazy. $5,000. I didn't know it was that much. I don't know what the hell I thought. I guess with insurance, when I was selling Medicare, their insurance, it was like a $250 cost for them with the insurance. So I could see it being $5,000. Oh my God, that is ridiculous.
Both of ours were probably less than 2 miles.
Yes.
$5,000 each.
Oh my
Just
God.
Straight up.
$5,000.
I don't know, didn't even get that much treatment on board the ambulance or anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
And seeing this firsthand from the Highway Patrol, the people that turn up for the medical care in the US are typically the fire department. And they basically want their stats of how many people they've transported and treated. So they'll talk to someone who's involved, like my experience, involved in a car accident. Like, oh, ma'am, you should really get your neck checked out. Like, the airbag was deployed, this, that, and the other. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. And I'm there, knowing that that person's going to get a bill for, $5,000 just to go down the road. And, it's all... I mean, the guys
slimy.
are...
He was about to say it. It's all slimy. Yeah, he's right.
It's all... I mean, the guys are doing their job, and they're trying to help. They are trying to help the people. They've got
Trying
nothing
to make them safe. Yeah.
They've got nothing to do with the actual billing side of things.
Right.
But when you've seen the process all the way through, it's kind of sickening, actually. Whereas here, you can phone an ambulance and not worry financially, at least. So
the last part of medical services that we're going to get into is prescriptions. In the US, once again, it's all based on insurance. Some people's monthly medicine can be something like $5 per month, up to thousands of dollars per month, just depending. In the UK, in Scotland, it's free. You do not pay for your prescriptions. In England, Wales, Northern Ireland, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's just under £10 for anything. So
what? Okay, first of all, she said it's free? There's free prescriptions? What'd she say? Scotland or Ireland? I forget what she said. But then the other ones are 10 pounds, less than 10 pounds. Man, that's great. Here in Spain, it's that way too. I mean, the price it's not free. We still have to pay something. The price is not very high though. But in the US, it is ridiculously high. So, I mean, I know people that have, if you have diabetes or some type of illness or something like that, I mean, you can go broke paying for your prescriptions. So I used to know people who would go to Canada or Mexico or something to get prescriptions because they weren't so expensive.
The same things that you're getting in the US, people in the UK are getting it for £10.
we had first-hand experiences in the US recently when we went on a holiday, And it was the first time we'd been back that neither of us were employed there with health insurance.
Yes.
And of course, our kid gets an ear infection.
Oh, no.
So we go to what they call urgent care, which is like anyone can go in and get medical assistance. And we're like, oh, wait, this is going to cost us a lot of money. And it
We're
was
like, all right, how bad are you actually feeling?
and he actually spent some time phoning around just to see, are we talking hundreds, thousands? Like, thankfully, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that bad. It was like $250, something like that. But still, $250 for a 15-minute appointment to tell us that he has an ear infection.
And then the amoxicillin was $15 for the prescription. Yeah. Luckily,
again,
because medications.
Go to the chemist and you're like, am I going to have to pay $10?
Yep.
$1,000?
Yeah.
And people
you don't know.
often in the States won't even tell you how much it's going to cost because they don't know. And it also is so dependent on so many other factors. Like Annie spent a good couple of hours phoning people to be like, how much is this? How much is the medicine? This, that, and the other. And it's not an easy task.
Same thing for dental. I chipped my tooth this last visit, and it needed to be fixed. I couldn't go the whole summer with that giant chip.
Look like one of them country bumpkins.
One of those jaywalkers. And so I went and had that fixed, but no one, except for one
$450
no one would tell me the cost. And they're all like, well, you need to come in. We have to see you. That we will tell you is $220 just to be seen, just to look inside your mouth. And then depending on the treatment plan, we will bill you the rest. I was like, I can't be billed. I am paying out of pocket. I have no one to bill
That's
but
the thing.
me.
They don't want to give you a number because then people will like, oh, you said a phone is only $200. So so it was a whole thing. But yeah,
and usually dental is not included in your insurance. That's like your health insurance. That's a separate insurance that you have to get. Is that how it is in the UK, or this is a UK video, or other countries in Europe? So that's it definitely costs. You have to have a whole separate insurance, and usually dental insurance is kind of crap. It's not that great.
we're down like $600-700 for two minor.
I know, it's awful. So we've learned our lesson. Get your
travel insurance
when you go back.
Silly,
we will never make that mistake again.
Okay, that's good.
All right,
good
this
advice.
next session, I guess, is probably just some miscellaneous items.
I'm thinking because we're now sitting in the dark, we might have to reconvene. We had to switch things up. We were sitting in a cave, and whenever we turn on the lights, it's just not conducive.
It's almost 6 o'clock, and it's just got a lot darker. So, and I have to work tomorrow, so this is the only time we can film it. However,
Gotta be quicker
I'm
than
gonna
that.
read through the last few items we had.
Okay.
And feel free to discuss them in the comments. Okay. So you can have dogs in pubs, restaurants.
Yep.
A lot more places in the UK than in the US.
Yes.
Dogs can be off leash a lot more in the UK than in the US.
Right.
Where else? You can buy alcohol without an ID. Even if you're like 75 years old, you can still get ID'd in the US. Annie has personal experience with this at a 30-year reunion.
I just want to punch myself in the face.
Her boss made her ID
Everyone was there. It was their 20-year high school reunion, and I'm like, don't make me ID them, please. They're like, we have to ID everyone. And actually, people cussed at me. This is when I was a bartender. I think I was 18,
Annie
21.
was also a terrible bartender, but
Yeah, that's true. You get carded everywhere. Grocery store, everything. If I went back there right now, they'd probably ask for my ID. Certain stores will ask. They don't care how old you are. It's customary for them to ask every customer.
Anyways.
Here we go. You can travel to Europe for cheap in the UK. That's a fairly obvious one and something we're looking forward to doing. You can buy and sell fireworks here. California, I tried to buy fireworks and they're not fireworks. They're like maybe a sparkler if you're lucky. And many other places, I think, because it's probably drier in the US.
I think a lot of times they'll have them across state lines. So in Georgia, we couldn't buy fireworks, just your ones that you shoot off in the backyard that go 200 yards into the sky.
Yeah.
But right across the state lines, I think in both Florida and Alabama, you could. So
they have big fireworks warehouses on the county line.
Right along the freeway.
Funny.
So you can buy and sell fireworks in the UK. Wow. In the US, you can't. Well, obviously they just said that, but you can buy only certain ones, and it's only on usually around the 4th of July, maybe New Year's. Usually they're not for sale everywhere.
TV without commercials. So your BBC has no commercials other than advertising its own shows, like no paid commercials. Which is amazing.
Yeah, in the US, commercials every 3 minutes, which last 3 to 5 minutes. So enjoy.
SIM cards.
Hold on. No commercials? I just thought it was like less commercials. There's no commercials? Like no commercial? I can't even picture that. Here in Spain, we have commercials, depending on the TV show. But for BBC, there's no commercials? I mean, I guess I kind of knew that. We do watch, Lisa and I watch shows over on our other channel. Maybe so. But like on channel 4, I think sometimes they have like a place for a commercial, things like that. But I didn't know that. Wow.
Over in the UK, it's not unusual to get a pay-as-you-go SIM card and phone. Whereas in the US, typically if you get like a pay-as-you-go plan, it's like a burner phone and you're like a drug dealer. Like it's just not. Whereas here, all the major carriers will do it, and Annie's actually still on a pay-as-you-go plan at the moment.
It's dry.
Oh, this is one that Annie's distraught about. Kinder eggs.
Oh.
Yes, it's illegal to have the surprise Kinder eggs, the traditional ones, in the U.S. Now they sell, what are they called? The Kinder Joys.
They're an egg shape, but you open the package and then each half has stuff you scoop out.
But technically,
the toys.
The toy is separate.
The toy's in one half under a seal, and the food is in the other half because I think somebody choked on it.
So that's what's illegal, is to have food, non-food item within a food item.
So no more toys in your Frosties and all that sort of stuff.
But you can get them in the UK, so that's
just don't joke.
A pleasant surprise.
I think I knew that one. I've seen that one.
In the US, you can't visit buildings that are older than the 17th century.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Self-explanatory. Where are we? Last one, I think, yes. In the UK, you can walk through ancient ruins freely, like we did in our last video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that because not many people watched that video, but many are public heritage sites in the US, and most comparable historic sites are either fenced off, ticketed, or charged. And just not the same.
There are a lot here that you pay, like the National Trust or
Historic Scotland, Historic England,
and a small fee to be able to go and look at these sites. But there's tons of sites just out in the middle of nowhere that you can drive to and go at your own risk and enjoy.
So hopefully we made it before the sun fully set on our video. I think that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe. What else are we talking about?
And if you are interested in moving to the UK, please look at our relocation services. We just started that up, and we'd be happy to help you.
Yep. Check out the website for all the details on that. And thank you.
Simple Scottish Living. It looked like that was the name of their site. Man, that's super interesting. I mean, there was a lot I didn't know there. I thought I would know more than that. Jaywalking, I knew that you can kind of just, you could do that. I think one of the biggest ones for me was that, first of all, I don't think I really knew you got 28 days mandatory. I didn't know you got a year if you were pregnant, that you could split with your spouse. I didn't know that. And the biggest one is probably you can walk on somebody's property and camp there and do everything. Like, that part is amazing to me. So I don't know, man. I'm just always amazed when I learn these things. We really wanted to move to the UK. It's just so hard, especially since they've had Brexit and everything. It's really hard to find a way for us to legally stay there with the proper visa and everything. We looked into it because of our other channel where we're reacting to a lot of UK television and obviously Father Ted, Ireland. So we were really thinking about it, and we haven't visited there yet. We plan to before this year is up, either in November or around Christmas time. And then next year, we're going to go several times. But anyway, I think that was a great video. Super informative. A lot of things that I didn't know. Are there other things that they left off? Put that in the comments. Let me know, and let's talk about it. That was a great video. Hopefully you liked that reaction there. If you did and you want to see more just like it, then subscribe to the channel, man. It's easy and it's free. My name is Greg. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.